Today on the show, I'm going to give you my controversial opinion on the new Star Wars films that are coming out, and Disney acquiring LucasArts.
So, Comic Book Girl 19, let's talk about the big question everyone's been asking you. What do you think about the Star Wars trade? In case you've been living under a hole, George Lucas sold off the entirety of Lucasfilm to Disney for $4 billion. And now, Disney's going to make a new Star Wars film. We're getting 3 new Star Wars movies in the future. The whole world is erupting. The internet almost exploded over the news.
I'm just going to keep going.
We expect you to have an answer to this, or some kind of statement. What do you think about Star Wars Episode 7, 8, 9?
Well, let's start off by talking about how I personally feel about Star Wars and where I'm at with Star Wars in general. So let's start with the facts. The original Star Wars trilogy is beloved by billions of people all over the world. It inspired so many of us. It's a wonderful film. It's a landmark in the history of filmmaking. However, George Lucas went and fucked it all up with the other 3 prequels. And I think we can all kind of agree at this point that they're terrible, unless you're like under the age of 20. Maybe if you're like fucking 12, you might think that shit's good. In fact, I talked to 12-year-olds and they told me that their favorite movie out of the whole series was Episode 2. Oh my god, you kids, like, figure it out. You give me no hope for the future. I don't have to tell you how much people love Star Wars, okay? You just have to go anywhere and you can see something with Star Wars on it. Anywhere, it doesn't matter. So I saw The Phantom Menace in theaters and I subsequently forgot it. I saw the second one in theaters and I subsequently forgot it. And the third one, I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. You're not getting me again, because you know what? Fool me once.
Fool me once. Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Wait, you know, if you fool me, you can't just fool me again. You fool me once, can't fool me again, okay, George Lucas? And you're not going to get my money, and I'm not going to buy the Tauntaun sleeping bag.
What are you looking for in a director?
Enthusiasm, and is excited to dive in and be a part of this.
The big news this week is that Disney can't even find a director to direct these new Star Wars movies that are coming out, because nobody wants to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't, because it's going to be cursed. I'm telling you, it's cursed. It's cursed, and there's no way around it, okay? And if you direct this movie, if you are crazy enough to direct this movie, you're going to be cursed too, because you're going to be crucified, because it's never going to live up to the original 3. Never. It is never going to live up to the original 3, and people are going to hate you. People are going to hate you. They're going to hate you as much as they hate George Lucas. There's documentaries about how much people hate George Lucas. I see why he gave it away. I see why he stepped down, because I'm sure he was so sick to death of criticism of everyone talking shit about him that he abandoned his own creation. And he's the creator, and he was just like, I'm done with this shit. I'm done. Now, I don't know if it's a great idea to make more films, okay? I just can't get on board with it. I don't want to say that I'm totally against Disney taking it, because I am glad that George Lucas doesn't have his little greasy little paws all over it anymore, and maybe Disney can do something cool with it. I mean, they acquired Marvel, and Marvel's done okay. They haven't done anything to screw them up so far, and they helped make an Avengers film, which was pretty fucking rad. But Marvel had nothing to lose. They've never made a film that everybody was just like, like the Avengers, you know? Like, that's the first one of those type of films, whereas Star Wars already has 3 films that are much beloved. And also, I just can't really get behind a giant evil corporation like Disney. Like, I don't know, I have my trust issues with that whole thing, but it's too soon to tell. I hope that these new films are amazing and everybody loves them, and then they can make 20 million more fucking toys for everybody to buy, and so they can make $1 bazillion off of us fucking idiots another time around, okay? But I just, after seeing what happened with the last batch of movies, I just have a hard time, especially with just seeing how solid the first 3 are. It's a hard act to follow. That's a hard act to follow.
That's the thing that I think will become immediately apparent are the directors who walk into the room and say, I can't wait to be a part of this.
So the big news this week is that a few big-name directors have already been asked to direct the Star Wars films, and they've all said, no, thank you. Quentin Tarantino's like, Steven Spielberg's like, no thanks. And even Zack Snyder is like, I don't want any more hate on my plate. But you know what? I think there's one director out there with the balls to direct the new Star Wars films. His name's Brett Ratner. I'm pretty sure he'd be super pumped. He's probably like, oh yeah, Disney, I'd love to direct the Star Wars films. I've always loved Boba Fett. I don't hate Star Wars. I'm just sick of hearing about it all the time. It's not a lifestyle, just like bacon. I like it. I respect it. I don't have one piece of Star Wars memorabilia in my house. Never read a book. I don't have a piece of artwork. I don't give a fuck about Mara Jade. I don't have a fucking Tauntaun sleeping bag, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and Star Wars. That's what America is at this point.
Blasphemy!
I know.
Blasphemy.
I know. Okay.
You just lost all your subscribers.
I did. I am sure everyone's gonna unsubscribe. Hey, yeah, Star Wars. Subscribe. I know. You can go to the fucking moon and you'll see Star Wars there. There'll be a little plaque for Star Wars there. You know. I hate Qui-Gon Jinn. Hello. Hi everyone. I'd like to make a public apology to all the Star Wars fans that I have alienated, and to all the subscribers that I have subsequently lost for my controversial opinions on the new Star Wars films. I would like to state that my opinions are just that, opinions. They are not a fact. You are entitled to your own opinion, and you are entitled to be excited about the new Star Wars films if you like. But I must say, I just don't want to see you guys get your little hearts broken again, especially after the events of Episode 1. I also feel that Star Wars does not need another fan. It is fine without me. I would like to state for the record that I am a Dune lady and that the spice must flow. Thank you. Oh, and also, I should apologize to Brett Ratner and his family. The original Star Wars trilogy is something that's just like, it had its time and its place, and you can never recreate that. And yes, I know George Lucas has always stated that he was planning on giving Star Wars up to a whole new generation at some point. But did you really expect him to actually do it? I don't know. So in conclusion, Star Wars Episodes 7, 8, and 9. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And if I was a director, I wouldn't want to direct these movies either, because I feel like you're kind of going to be cursed, because there's no way these new films are ever going to live up to the expectations. What you can do is help me by subscribing to my channel, liking the video, liking my Facebook page, following me on Twitter and Instagram. Can I stop talking about Star Wars now?
Yes.